Boogie Ellis just went off at this year's Summer League, impressing the likes of McNair, who actually offered him a contract which gives him an opportunity to fight for the final roster spot at training camp. And McNair is not done making moves this offseason, as he is keeping an eye out there for potential talent that he believes can make an impact for our roster heading into next season. But before we get into the rest of the video, let me welcome you back to the channel, Kings Digest, where we're showcasing all of the upcoming Sacramento Kings news, so make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into the tweet that Shams dropped for us on Saturday, stating that undrafted USC guard Boogie Ellis has agreed on a deal with the Sacramento Kings. Sources state that Ellis, who shot 54% from three-point range in Summer League, will compete for an open roster spot at Kings training camp. And I mean, 54% from three-point range is completely absurd, as this man just had a stellar run in the Summer League, as he put up 11 points a game, around a steal a game as well, and with about 4.5 attempts from behind the arc a game, he shot it at a 54% rate, which is absolutely insane, and you can definitely understand why McNair took interest in Boogie Ellis' game and decided to offer him up this contract. But if we wanted to head to this other report here from Jake Waldrop of Sports Illustrated, as he just goes over further details about this deal, he states that Ellis is expected to join the Kings on an Exhibit 10 contract, which is a typical deal for undrafted players. This contract allows him to earn a spot on the main roster during the team's training camp. But the exhibit deal also includes incentives for Ellis if he spends significant time with the G League team. Now, if you were to look at this deal from both perspectives, I just believe it's a no-brainer, as McNair can definitely afford to take this risk on Ellis, especially after such a stellar performance from him, as even if he don't crack that final roster spot for us and make the main roster heading into next season, he will definitely play some significant minutes in the G League. And if you're looking at it from the front office perspective, or even from Mike Brown's perspective, he will definitely be monitoring Boogie Ellis very closely as he performs in the G League, just to see if he has the potential to play at an NBA level. And I mean, he definitely will progress as a player as he gets that experience and more minutes in the G League. Mike Brown can, check on him from now and then and just see if he can bring him up for a couple of games throughout the NBA season, just to see how he performs at that NBA level. And it's just a risk that is a no-brainer to me. I mean, if he don't crack the roster, he's leading your G League team most likely, and will definitely progress further as a player to that player that you can potentially put on your roster and can make an impact for us at the NBA level. But even if he does make our roster, make that final roster spot, he will probably play some decent minutes at the start of the season, as Kevin Huerter, one of our guards who we can't wait to see him perform at an NBA level, he's still going to be out recovering from that shoulder surgery, so he's not going to be playing for the start of the season. So if Boogie Ellis can make that final roster spot, you're looking at him potentially getting some more minutes at the start of the season, and even just being on the bench alone, he will gain experience and just more knowledge as a player, and just it will translate to the court over time. But he will probably get garbage time minutes since Kevin Huerter is out. It just opens up some more spots in the rotation, some more minutes to be shared throughout the rotation, and McLaughlin can take Ellis under his wing as an NBA vet that can just show him the ropes a bit. And no doubt, Boogie Ellis is in a phenomenal situation right now, and if you're looking at it from his perspective, it's a no-brainer as he gets a fair shot to make that final roster, and if he don't, then he gets the chance to prove himself in the G League, which, I mean, is a step better from going undrafted. At least he's with the organization still and can prove himself in the G League to make an NBA roster and to take notice from other GMs from around the league. He will definitely develop into a player that you want on an NBA roster, as he's shown some great defensive awareness and shown that he can shoot it from lights out from behind the arc. And I mean, if you were to just go over some of his college stats, you can see that the potential has always been there for Boogie Ellis. I mean, he's a bit older coming out of college, which is probably a main reason why he went undrafted. He's 23 years old, but he played a lot of college basketball, which is definitely great thing to have on your resume, as no doubt college basketball is some of the best experience you can have, but he put up some insane numbers for his last year in college. 16 and a half points, 1.5 steals just about a game, and on just about 7.5 attempts from three. He shot it last season in college at 42%, which is insane from such a young player. And as you can see from even his past years in college, he was always such a consistent three-point shooter. And with a career college three-point percentage of 38.4, that just further proves the point that he has been a consistent shooter throughout his whole playing career just about. So that's only going to develop more. And his defensive awareness that he was showing in the summer league, he's shown that he has potential there to be an elite defensive guard. Someone that can just hound the ball, hound offensive players, and just play menacing defense, play the passing lanes, and just defend the perimeter at an insane rate. So if he can do that while putting up insane shooting percentages that he has been doing in the summer league, there's no doubt in my mind that he will definitely make an impact on an NBA roster at some point in his career. And I'm just so glad that McNair took that shot and decided to offer him this contract, because I believe it's just a win-win for both sides, as we just get a good young player that can come in and just do his thing, lead the G League team, and just prove himself as an NBA player. And if he does potentially get that spot, which who knows, he could crack that spot, and he could turn out to be a crucial part of our rotation heading into next season. But that's all for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think about McNair's move, and if he is right about Boogie Ellis's potential. Let me know down in the comments if you're a fan of Boogie Ellis's game and how you believe it will translate to an NBA level. Now, make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any upcoming news, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.